Alternate. Welcome back to another video where we're going to be looking at a new device, which is the Govee TV Backlight 2 that's just hit the market, and we're going to be comparing it against the previous Govee Immersion kit. We're also going to do an unboxing and step-by-step setup, and also look at how we can incorporate other new devices into the space to make it a more immersive experience. So we previously set up the Govee Immersion kit in one of our previous videos. If you want to check that out, you can do so. The link should be above me right now or in the description below. And then come back to this video and see the improvements that have happened with the new kit. Now, the previous Immersion kit was a real good device, was quite easy to set up, had a few downfalls with it. And hopefully this time Govee have improved that and got rid of all those mishaps. The previous Immersion kit came with a single lens camera, some LEDs to go around the back of the television, and 2 sidebars. We also added some additional light bulbs to the room just to expand the immersion. So with the new version, it comes with a double lens camera which can be balanced on the top of the television rather than like the previous one where you had to stick it. It also comes with the LED strips which have double the amount of LEDs, enabling us to brighten and provide more light in the immersive environment. But the downside is these don't come with sidebars. So what we plan to do in our upgrade is to incorporate these light bars into this system, but also add some additional devices. So to make the environment more immersive, what we decided to do is add in these Govee RGBIC floor lamps. And they call them the basic one because it is the downgrade or the lighter version of the Lyra lamps. But to me, I think they do the exact same thing. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a comparison between the basic lamp and the Lyra lamp. So now we've got all the formalities out of the way, out with the old and in with the new. Let's get started. So getting into the box, we have the following. So first thing you'll see in the box is the dual lens camera. We just got a little sticky here so you can see one lens here, one lens on the other side. Then get another box inside the box and we get the controller. And this time it only has two inputs compared to the previous one, and then the power on that side. And then we have a little microphone here, calibration blocks, lifting up this far side. You get the power brick, get some clips, 2-sided pads, the USB-C to the USB-C cable, and some complementary alcohol prep pads. Then underneath this, you will find some documentation. And last but not least, the new LED strips. So to bring even more immersion into the room, as we said, we got the Govee RGBIC floor lamp basics. First things first, what we'll find is the LED covered inside this flexi tube, the usual documentation, quick starter guide, and then we get the 4 poles. And as you can see, one here has a rounded top, so that will be the top. So digging deeper into the box, you'll find on the left side, and here you will find power brick, the screws and connection screwdriver, and the fitment for the pole. Under the right side, you'll find the base and the controller. So in the process of setting up the Backlight T2, what we found was the original Immersion kit, the light bars that came with it, we couldn't actually integrate into the system. Even through the app, it was quite limited in terms of what you could assign to it. So I had to think of a work around this. So what I've decided to do is get the Govee RGBIC LED strip light. Now this is controllable to 9 segments. So we're going to put 2 segments on each of the speaker stands, and then we're going to use the other 5 segments to add to the TV stand. We have some additional bits and pieces and parts that we need to use, because what we're going to do is extend After the 2 segments, we're going to extend out to the 5, then from the 5 extend out to the other 2, rather than buying 2 of these and splitting it up. So to enable us to extend this, what we've got is a LED extender. Now this has brackets and clips that you can use to extend your light strips once you cut certain parts. So here is the Govee RGBIC light strip, and to one side we have the extender, so we'll put that over there for now. So let's have a look what's in the box. Opening up the box here, we have the light strip. Here we have the controller, power brick, the usual information and manual, some alcohol pads to clean down things, and also some attachment strips. Then inside here, as I said, we have the extender. So welcome to the new and improved Immersion living room space. So as you saw in our first video, we had Immersion 1.0, but now we have 2.0 using the Govee Backlight T2. So within the room, we have multiple lighting, multiple bulbs and stands and so on. And what I'm going to do right now is take you through each individual component so you can see the whole room and how it actually works. So first of all, over here in the corner, we have the Immersion lamps, which we use from the first version. And they have the Govee bulbs inside, which are also part of the whole Immersion environment. So the next area of the room that we're going to look at is the lamps over here in the corner. Now these are the basic Govee lamps. They're not the Lyra lamps. We could have used those and spent a bit more, but to get the immersion and the feeling that we needed, we could just use the basics. The next component that we're going to look at is the speaker stand. So you would have seen from the video, I put this together using the LED light strips from Govee, and it's been a great supplement to the space. Previously, we did use the light bars from the Immersion kit, the first version, but now in the second version, we weren't able to use that as we spoke about. So we created these speaker stands and added the LEDs in the background to give it that immersion and spread that color out even more around the room. Moving over to the main attraction, which is the T2 itself. And you'll see in the back, we have the LEDs already in place and fitted. And you may be thinking to yourself, oh, where's the actual camera? Where's the T2 camera that he's been talking about? Well, moved it from being at the top, as you saw in the first version, and now we'll be able to install it at the bottom. The construction of the camera and the way you were able to angle it is so much better than the first version, because you can adjust it, move it up and down, and you can tuck it away nice and neatly. Don't need to put it in any cases or any bowls or anything like that, just trying to disguise it. It sits perfectly and nicely underneath the screen. The second benefit to this new camera is the fact that it's connected by USB-C on the actual camera unit itself. So anytime you want to remove it from the environment, or you've got any sticky fingers around, you can just go over to it, lift it off, unplug it, tuck it away, and then when you're ready, come back and plug it together. Previously, you had to keep it stuck at the top of the TV, and you would have seen it look a little bit like an antenna. Moving down to the bottom of the unit, as you can see, we have lighting, so we can light up some of the areas inside the unit. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, isn't this a reflection of the lighting coming from the T2 LEDs? And no. What we were going to do is install some LEDs, and these LEDs here are connected to the speaker stands as well. So it's a whole continuous lighting stream that's going from here, extended, coming into the unit and extended and going off to the second speaker stand. The benefit of this lighting system is that you can actually incorporate it into the immersion using DreamView. Now DreamView allows you to incorporate all your Govee lighting into the space and control it and get it to connect with the T2 camera to create immersion in many areas of your room. So just like the speaker on the left, we have another speaker stand on the right hand side following that chain, and this is where the power starts. So as we did the setup with the LEDs and we did the extensions, this was the first segments of the strip that were connected to here, went into the TV unit, then went back out to the second speaker. Now this is also incorporated into the immersion using DreamView, and this is a step up from using the light bars from T1. So over here in the other corner of the room, we have another Govee basic lamp, and this illuminates the other area of the room which is part of the peripheral vision. So you still get that immersion feeling that feels like it's coming from all around you. So here we are on the last light of the room, and this is another Govee bulb in a standard lamp, which enables us to create that additional immersion that feels like it's coming from the back of the room. So if you turn your head, you're still being immersed in the environment. Okay, so here we are, and this is the final effect of how the whole setup looks. And we're just running a video in the background so we can see the colors and as they change and add that immersiveness to the environment. So you can see over my left shoulder in just a moment, we'll see some colors changing. So some colors coming up from the back of the screen. And if we look in the far left-hand side of your screen, you'll see that we have the first bulb, which is changing dramatically relating to the visuals on the screen. We also have the lamp in the left-hand corner, which is also replicating what's going on the screen. As you can see, we have our new and improved light bars, which are the speaker stands, which we created earlier on. Underneath, you'll see the lights changing and the colors representing what's on the screen from the LEDs underneath. In the back of the screen, we have the changing from the T2 LEDs, picking up from the camera on the bottom of the screen. Moving over to the right-hand side of the screen, we have the other speaker stand, and you'll see in just a moment the colors have changed, just waiting for the screen, and you can see that color being replicated. And we have the same as on the far left. And over here, we have the second lamp representing what's going on the screen. And as you can see, as the colors move out, they move across from the speaker stand over to the lamp. And last but not least, in the other corner, we also have the other lamp, which adds that immersion. So we have the full immersive environment now. So when you're sitting in your space and you're watching your TV in your different movies, you'll feel that full immersion of colors bouncing around, segmented and relating to what's actually going on the screen. As you can see, in different sides of the screen, you have different colors representing what is being displayed. Now, if you're playing a game, you'll get a different type of immersive type of feel, especially when it comes to explosions. If you're watching films with explosions, or if you're watching stuff like Disney, as it has lots of vibrant and bright colors, you'll get that whole representation into the whole room. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the whole setup from beginning to end. So what do you think about the improvements with the T2? Is it better than the T1? Personally, I would agree that it is way better than the T1, especially when it comes to that camera, the way it replicates the colors that are coming from the screen and connects them to the lights. And as you can see, we've added so much more immersion into this space by using extra lamps bulbs and also LEDs, and creating our new light bars, which are the speaker stands. So I hope you've enjoyed this whole setup and seen how we brought Govee to life. Even without some of the peripherals that we've used in previous versions, we were able to upgrade and make it a whole new experience. Now, if you really enjoyed this, why not subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Flux alternate.